But he used the word Elohim because it's an inclusive word. It's not exclusively Yahweh in and by himself. It's Yahweh with us in him. So when it says the Elohim created the heavens and the earth, that's why the heavens and the earth know us, because we were in him when it was created. And then further, an Elohim, Elohim, Elohim. Oh, love it. Elohim. It begins with our friend Aleph. And even Aleph represents and shows us that which is in the heavens above, that the fullness of Yahweh that's above is supposed to be manifested below. You could actually go into this, and Yeshua, the Lord's Prayer, Yeshua's prayer of the Lord's Prayer, and when he says that things would be on earth as it is in heaven, he's actually praying that out of Aleph. Very interesting that he did that. But in one sense, this means that Yehovah, Lamed, we know means to teach, Hey means to breathe, Yod is the fullness of Yahweh, Mem, this is a closed Mem, so it represents the living waters above. It represents Eden and the realm and engagement of pleasure. So Elohim is actually saying that you're supposed to be strongly, or Yehovah teaches how to breathe the infinite energy of Yahweh that releases the pleasure of Yahweh. When he says Elohim created the heavens and the earth, Yahweh had it in his mind when he created it that out of him, he wanted it to be connected to the living waters above. He wanted to be connected to his pleasure. John told us in Revelations 4:11 that all things are and were created for his pleasure. Everything. So how do we, if we're going to engage creation, if we're going to engage and partner with creation, there has to be a core issue in us that anything that we engage with creation has to have an end result that it engages in these upper living waters, in the hidden mysteries of Yahweh, in the pleasure of Yahweh. It's also saying Elohim, that you are a being, because Aleph means to come from that which is above. Aleph represents the transcendent above realm. It's above creation. All of creation doesn't equal Yahweh. It's inside of Yahweh. Yahweh so far goes above and beyond and exceeds what creation is. But Aleph is representing that which comes out of that eternal realm. Lamed is the number 30, which also has the meaning to be in the fullness of intimacy. So we have out of this eternal above, there's supposed to be a oneness. That oneness is engaged in the fullness of intimacy of breath. And out of that breath, the eternal energy, the infinite energy of Yahweh is released to bring everything into the place of Eden. And since Yahweh said it was Elohim who did that, then we have this capacity to do that. This is built into why, when it says Yahweh created the heavens and the earth, everything that Elohim means, and all the nuances that are in what Elohim means, he put that word in there specifically so we had an understanding and a framework of how to create, why we create, the purpose of creating, what it's supposed to look like when you get done creating. And then when you go a little farther into Genesis 1, and it's talking about that Yahweh said, and it was so, and then it gets to the end of the sentence and it says, and what he did was good. What Yahweh did was good. This is the word this is the word tov. That's the word good in Hebrew. Tov, this, the tet has the representation of the perfection of Yahweh. Or what I like to say is the womb of Yahweh, where you're cherished and you're nourished with the energies of his perfection. And when you're in that place, then you can be complete. You're a complete. The bet. One of the reasons a bet actually means create, right? So in this, it means to be perfectly connected, a perfect, complete creation. So when Yahweh said it was good, he's saying it was a perfect, complete creation. And that's just how he is. When he makes something, he makes it a perfect, complete creation. This also means that when he says it's good, it means to be perfectly connected to the blueprint. The blueprint. So when we're partnering with creation, Yahweh wants us to learn how to get to a point that we can perfectly connect creation with the blueprint. If you're gonna do that, then you have to know what the blueprint is. And where does that blueprint known from? It's known from when we go into Yahweh and we engage with him, and in our oneness with him, in our intimacy with him, we see and understand what the blueprint is. Because sometimes the blueprint of how you're supposed to engage with creation in a certain place at a certain time isn't necessarily what you would naturally think it should be. So that it's all comes out of this wonderful divine dance of oneness that Yahweh continually wants us to engage in and continually be in that place. Like I said, Tet means the womb, the place of cherish. So when Yahweh was going through and manifesting creation, and he said it was good, he was saying it was something that he cherished. It was something that it was important to him. It wasn't just, it's not like he was making things that are just a dime a dozen that you can just do, get rid of. That's not his intent. That's not his heart. And lately, around our property here, I'm often called a tree lover because I really don't like, cutting down trees, just for the sake of cutting down trees.